So why are these birds in a cage? Or why are they in captivity? So why are they like this? We're asked this all the time. Why are they in a cage for? Why are they in captivity? And I thought I'll do an update video now. Let's update it. I have some videos on the channel about the topic, and I keep referring. I give them the link and I say, watch this. But it's quite a common question. So, and I don't mind getting asked that. It's no bothering. We don't mind. When someone asks and says, why are they in a cage, or why do you have those birds in captivity? That's a valid question, and we can answer that. It's when people say, you're mean, and you should be in the cage, and shame on you, and let those birds you know, those kind of questions and comments are kind of dumb. But when someone asks, it's all right. So I thought, let's do a newer video on the topic and let's discuss it. That's Maple in the back making that noise. First I'll introduce them. That's Cherry there. There's Pie. Spice is in the corner over there. Peach down lower there, and Maple in the back. So I can hear echoing even. So we have 3 rescued crows and 2 rescued magpies. And some people ask, what does that mean, rescue? You took them from the nest, or what'd you do? Like, they were in a bad situation. A lot of you on the channel know the whole story, but like I said, I want to do an update on it. You know, so it's current. So I'll put links below, guys. Do you see those links when I say that? Like for the ones that want to see these, do you see those links when you look? Because if you don't, just ask me and I'll just give you the link right in the comment then. But I'll put links to videos below of their stories. And there's a lot explained in those stories. Like if you really want to know and understand why they're like this, then watch those videos. But if you're here just to say, let them free and that's cruel and mean what you're doing, well, we're not going to do that. We're responsible for these birds and we're going to look after them. So anyways, the first crow was Peach. He was rescued. Some people say he was a fledgling and you shouldn't have touched him. And he wasn't a fledgling. He was a baby bird out of the nest. There was all kinds of cats around and traffic, and it was right near a busy street. And I don't know what would have come of him. So we rescued him and we brought him home, and then we had the intentions to release Peach. And some of you know that story, but if you watch some of those links below, the story of Peach, you'll see that. When we tried to release him, we didn't know how to do it, so we had some help with it, and then we realized at that time that he was imprinted on us. And if you don't know what imprinting means, Google that. What does an imprinted bird mean? Like, it'll explain it better in your language and stuff. Maybe you're watching from a different country, and it will explain that. So, you know, to make a long story short, 4 of them are imprinted on us. And imprinting, you pretty well, you're theirs and they are yours, you know, and so it's just the way it is. And Cherry, when I showed him, Cherry the crow, somebody else rescued him. He had a badly injured, broken wing, and he had it all surgically repaired. So Cherry's over there, and all they did was damage control. The vet said they don't usually repair injured birds unless they can release them. But if you're going to keep them in your care, you have to pay for it. And it was several $1,000s. And we had such wonderful help from subscribers that helped us out with that. So we're still grateful for that. So it was several thousand and all kinds of vet visits. And today he can't fly, but he's here with the other birds and he seems to be pretty well adjusted, but he's not imprinted. He's still skeptical of us. But what's he going to do, right? Where would he go? He'd hop out there somewhere and he'd be a quick meal. And some say, well, that's nature. Let it take its course. If he's a meal for another bird or another animal, so be it. But, you know, he was in the city. What kind of meal would he be? He'd be for a cat, right? some cat would be eating it. That's not right. Cats eat out of cans, so that's not what we're going to do. You're not just going to leave him for some wild animal. He can't defend himself. We're just not like that. So, you know, check all those links below. There's more detailed stories. But these birds, 4 of them are imprinted. And Cherry the crow there, he can't do anything. He can't fly or defend himself. Well, he could with his beak, but how much? He can't get... That's why birds have wings. Usually they fly up into a tree. So we have to look after him. And we look after all of them, and we take it very serious, guys. We've done a lot of reading about it. We've got emails from vets. Like, we used to take them all in. And we got all kinds of information, how to care for them and feed them. I'll put some feeding videos below too, while we feed them, because people ask that too. But we do our best, guys. There's Peach. Peach was the first bird we rescued. Like I said, we weren't planning on keeping him forever. We wanted to release him, but then we didn't know how to go about it. And by the time we figured it out, he was imprinted on us, and we just couldn't leave him there. And how would he do, right? Like, what kind of future would he have an imprinted bird like that? Would he get along with other birds? So actually the reason I'm doing this video again is to update, do a more current one. And somebody asked the other day, why are they in a cage for? So, you know, that's a valid question. We don't mind that. If someone says, you're mean and you should be in the cage, or let those birds free, you know, then that's kind of dumb. But when someone asks a question, they don't know. And we put ourselves out there, we do videos, so it's all right. So I wanted to say, you know, why, like 4 of them are imprinted. And the other one, Cherry, has badly broken and then repaired wing. And then the stories will be below. But we want to just, like, keep it current. And we don't mind questions, because we're showing these videos and people don't understand. But, you know, I would say look up imprinted, Google it. And you could find, what is an imprinted bird? You know, what does that mean? And then, depending where you're watching from, a different country, or it'll explain in your language, and you can understand it instead of me trying to say it. But basically, we're all the same in here, right? We all have something for each other. The birds give us a lot of joy and everything, and we love looking after them. And then they love to eat and everything. And Pie the magpie talks. A lot of you know that. I'll put a link to a talking video below, so you can check that out in case you don't believe me. So eventually we want to build a wooden aviary with some, you know, shelter, and it'll be in this area somewhere, maybe somewhere there. We got this kind of closed off now. We want to keep this area clean, and maybe this will turn into a catio, you know. We have a cat, Sonny boy, maybe he'll go in here. But eventually we will do that. It's just a lot of things to do here on the farm that come up, that sometimes you have emergencies, and you got to have funds ready to fix things and stuff like that, like vehicles and everything, your house. The other day our power was out for a couple hours, but it's okay because we have a wood stove and we have a propane wall heater, and they both run without power, so there was plenty of heat in there, and it was in the day, so you didn't miss not having light. So as long as you have heat, that's the main thing, right? Things won't bust and you can keep warm. But a day like this, it's really nice outside, so the birds aren't too cold. And some people wonder, how do they stay in there all the time? And that's another thing, they don't stay in here all the time. They go in the house. They actually, before this video, they were in the house for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, because we had a lot of storms and cold weather, and so they had to be in, and they're imprinted, so like 4 of them. So they're happy to be inside. They don't think that it's cruel or anything. They're looking for food, you know, or they want attention from us. They like beak rubs and neck rubs, and not all of them. Like Maple and Peach really like that. Pie likes to talk, and he'll sit on your hand too, or your arm. So he doesn't really like petting, but because sometimes some people said, pet him, he's so cute, pet him. He doesn't really like petting like Pie the magpie. So yeah, when it's really brutal cold, they're inside, but we take them out here too to give them some stimulation, because they like to be outside. That was maple down there. Look, cherry's right up here now. That's cherry here. Earlier this year he had something wrong with his foot or something, but that's long since healed, whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe he twisted it or something, not sure. But that's why we have them in the cage in captivity, and we want to protect them. Maybe I didn't answer that. We want to protect them from predators and everything. And if they get out, bad things can happen to them. Yeah, I wanted to say, the person that asked, why are they in the cage? They said a story. I gave them a link to another video to watch, and they appreciated that. And they told me about one of their birds they had. They had a crow. One time it was blind in one eye, and they had it in the house, but they felt guilty. They said that they just thought it was cruel, so they thought, oh, they'll let him out. And then they think that it got attacked by some wild crows in the area that didn't accept it, and they never seen it again. So that's the thing, guys. If we were to let these birds mingle, they're not going to mix with the wild birds. The wild birds have their territories and their mates, and they'll injure these birds. Plus, maybe they get freaked out and fly away and we never see them again. So we're just not going to let them out. That's just the way it is. You know, we want to keep them around and keep them safe. On a day like this, they'll be out for several hours and they just enjoy the fresh air and go in the snow, have some snow baths. There's no wind today. It's really calm, so it's very nice out when it's like that. Yeah, they're pretty happy to be in here. So guys, I'll let you go. Give a big thumbs up. And in about a week from now, we have our Christmas live stream coming up. Make sure you got that bell notified there, like the bell notification. Have the ringing symbol, I meant to say. And look for that notification when we do put it out. I'll put out I'm going to do some teasers too. We're going to have some Christmas teasers. A couple days, maybe 2 of them, the few days before we do the live. Because a lot of people told us they just never were notified about that. Also, one more thing I saw in the analytics. On our last live stream, no one between 18 and 43 said watched it. And I don't have no restrictions set. And anyways, restrictions would be under 18, right? You're not going to restrict a 40-year-old from watching. So, who's here watching today? Are you between 18 and 43? Like after 44 to 65 or 75, we're getting the viewers. It's showing what we have then. But if anyone's watching, if you're in, you don't have to tell me your age. But if you're between 18 and 43, say you are, and maybe we'll see you in the live stream. Because, you know, I wonder, is anyone restricting people from coming in there? Like, I don't have no restrictions set, but who knows? You know, funny things go on. So hopefully see you in the live stream, guys. And if you miss it, look for the replay. I'll keep it up for a couple weeks. So see you in the next one, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody.